Didik TV KPM.
Alright, so let's look at this. Okay, so we are going to focus on SPM format, which is in paper 2, yeah, your SPM paper 2, in this writing, and part 3, where we were focusing on writing a story. Okay, so let's look at this, the format again. Okay, if you have the paper with you, you're supposed to see this in part 3. Write an answers to one of the questions 3 to 5 in this part. Okay, write your answers in 200 to 250 words in an appropriate style on this question paper. Okay, so normally for this part, you have 3 choices for you to choose, and you just have to choose one of them. Okay, for example, question 3. We have a questions that ask you to write an article or a report. Questions 4, okay, we have a questions that ask you to write a review of a book or magazine or movie, or sometimes they can ask you to write a review about a holiday destinations, right? Okay, and then the last ones will be a story. Okay, so sometimes these sequence can be switched here in between that, but you just have to know there will be one questions that will let you write a story. Okay, so our focus today, writing a story. So again, these are the language banks, the words, okay, the phrases that you can use to express time or feelings. Let's go through one more round before we get to the questions. All right, so we have the time. Right, we have those words for feelings, right? And then if we like to explain the ways how you speak or how you think, you can use all these words to guide you, to help you with it, okay? Because different words, they have different meaning, right? Okay, it can explain different way of speaking. And we have those 5 senses again here. Yeah, you can use those words to help you in writing a story. So let's get to the questions. All right, so for example, we have these questions in, let's say, in your SPM writing test. So an international magazine has organized a short story competitions, and you have decided to enter, right? The competition rules say that the story must end. Okay, this word is very important, right? Must end with the following words. They were lucky to be alive, right? So when you look at this sentence, what is in your mind actually, right? Because you have to use this sentence to end your story. So you need to decide, okay, when you look at this sentence, you have to decide what kind of stories are you going to write? Okay, what kind of situations that you must write so that you can end with this sentence appropriately. Okay, maybe we can ask one of our pupils here, like what kind of the story or what kind of situations that he or she may write in the story. Okay, so anyone would would like to volunteer? Oh, Lowy, okay. Yes?
Yes, yeah. In my opinion, the setting for the story is a dangerous situation.
What? A dangerous situation? Okay.
Yes.
All right,
I think the phrase lucky to be alive means that the characters in the story had experienced something terrible, but they succeed in escaping from it.
All right, thank you so much. So the key words here are lucky to be alive, right? So you can think of some like dangerous situations that you escape from it, right? And then you also have to look at the subject, okay? If you look at this, right, your story must include the first thing, more than one person. Okay, why? Because they use the pronouns they, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so you have to check, always check your subject, okay? So has to be more than one person. And then the words lucky to be alive, it hints us, it gives us the indications that it should be a dangerous situations. All right? Okay, let's move on to look at the sample essay. Okay, we have the sample essay here. It was cold, dark, and quiet for now. Terry and his brother Phil were sitting in the cabin, shaking with fear. Okay, it had been Terry's idea to spend the new year in the mountains. Terry got up quietly and glanced outside. When he looked at Phil again, he was so terrified he could barely speak. He held up 2 fingers and whispered, "There are 2 of them." There was no hope left. 2 polar bears would easily find a way in. Suddenly, Terry had an idea. He searched through his bag and removed a small box. Terry had some fireworks which he wanted to set off at midnight, but now was probably a better time. So he lit one and threw it outside. Okay, continue. Next, we have another paragraph. They held their breath. A moment later, there were long bangs and flashes of light, which scared the polar bears away. "They are gone!" cried Phil. The boys were so relieved. The fireworks attracted some locals who took the boys to safety. They were lucky to be alive. Okay, so when we look at this sample essay, right? If you look at this sample essay, okay, we have 5 paragraphs here. Now we are going to analyze this essay, whether this writer end the story appropriately or not, okay? So let's look at the questions now. Has the writer ended the story appropriately? Okay, using the words given in the questions. Okay, what tenses did the writer use throughout the story? What words or phrases did the writer use to link the ideas together? And also, you can try to underline or look at the words or phrases that show us how the characters feel in the story. Okay, so I'm going to ask my pupils here to answer each of the questions, and let's check together, yeah, whether their answer is correct or not.
All right.
All right. So for the first questions, anyone would like to try here? Gibbon. Okay, Gibbons. What is your answer for the first one?
Yes, teacher. I think the writer has ended the story appropriately.
Why?
Because in his story, he mentioned about the dangerous situation which the 2 boys had encountered.
Okay.
For instance, he mentioned that 2 boys met 2 polar bears while they were in the mountains, and lastly, the boys were rescued by the locals. Apart from that, in paragraph 2, the writer wrote some words like they could barely speak and there was no hope left. These 2 words have proven that the boys had experienced a cheated death.
All right, okay, so it means that it is a dangerous situation that they managed to survive, so it's lucky for them, right? Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, how about questions number 2? Anyone here would like to try? Okay, Tring, what tenses did the writer use?
I think the writer used a few tenses in this story. First,
good.
the writer uses past tense.
Past tense, okay, from where that you can see that's past tense. Yeah.
I found the word was and also got up in the story.
Okay, was, got up, okay. Yeah, other than past tense, any other tenses?
I think the writer also uses past continuous tense.
Okay, for example?
The words were sitting in the first paragraph.
First paragraph, were sitting. Oh, okay. All right. Anything else?
And the last is present tense.
Present tense. Why present tense? Okay.
In paragraph 2, Terry whispered to Phil. There are 2 of them.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, we have past tense, past continuous, we have present tense here. Yes, of course. Yeah, correct. Okay, how about the third questions? What words or phrases did the writer use to link the ideas together? Anyone would like to try here? Okay, Louis? Okay, what kind of words do you think the writer used?
The writer uses a few linking words in
Okay.
this story. For example, the writer uses when in the
When.
paragraph 2.
Paragraph 2. Okay, when he looked at Phil. Okay, what else?
The writer also uses suddenly, but, and so in paragraph 3.
All right, okay. Suddenly, something happened or he had an idea. But, okay. And also so, okay, what is the next step? Yeah. All right, sure. What else? Anything else?
In paragraph 4, the writer used a moment later.
Okay, paragraph 4 here. All right, a moment later. Yeah, sure. Okay, correct, right? So those are some of the examples that you can use to link your ideas together, like using the time expressions, a moment later, right? Okay, how about the last questions, right? Any words or phrases that can show to us how the character feel in the story? Anyone would like to try this? Junwei? Okay, Junwei, you haven't got the chance, right? Okay, now it's your turn. Okay, what words?
Yeah. Actually, there are a few words to show that the character feel terrified. For example, they are quiet,
Quiet.
cold,
Okay.
shaking with fear,
Shaking
and
with
no
fear.
hope left.
No hope left. Okay, right. Anything else you can give? Okay, never mind. It's okay. Right, we actually have more, right? Not only that, right? I'm going to show you the the answers, right? What are those words that can show to us the feelings of the writer? Okay, for example, like just now Junwei say cold, dark, and quiet, and shaking with fear, right? No hope left. We can also have the words like so terrified and barely speak. All these can show to us those are the feelings the writer have that time, right? So, and then we have these, finally they come to a safety, right? They come to a safer place. So when they link, okay, when the writer used the last sentence, okay, this sentence to link it and then to end the story, it will be appropriate because the whole thing, the whole story that he created, okay, is in a dangerous situations, right, that the characters has experienced, okay? So,
Didik TV KPM